8 attributes for success in 2022. Number 1, other people's opinions don't affect you. It's been proven time and again that more dreams than can be counted have been aborted by the idea of people asking themselves, what are people going to think about me? What are people going to think if I do this? So they go around asking people's opinions. What do you think? I want to jump. What do you think? I want to jump. And obviously, people who haven't jumped or who are too scared chicken to jump will obviously advise you that it's a bad idea to jump. Why? Because they want you to stay like them. So if you must be successful in 2022, you must learn to take the jump irrespective of people's opinions. Successful people are those who seek counsel, get people's opinions as information which they process, learn from them, but at the end of the day, it's their own decisions that direct the course of their lives. Number 2 is to focus on one thing until you get results. This is very common with third world people where we are too distracted. And one of the main reasons people don't focus is because they are not motivated by purpose. If you want to be successful, what is the drive? Why do you want to be successful? If you want to be at the top, do you have a strong why? If you don't have a strong why, that's purpose. The next thing that motivates you is money. And the problem is there are countless number of ways you can make money. And that's why people start something and before it even has time to develop or for them to pass through the necessary challenges, they have already quit to start something else. And so they keep moving from one thing to another and you never really master anything. Focus. Number 3, you have to embrace failure and build on it. Imagine you stood in front of a fence and behind that fence is a mango tree that has some branches overlapping over the fence with some beautiful mangoes. And you stood there and asked life that you want some mangoes. You want some mangoes. That is your request to life. And all life throws at you are stones. Okay, so you wanted mangoes and you didn't have the mangoes. You have stones. Technically, that is it. You have failed. But what the failures do is they go away weeping and crying. But what successful people do is they embrace the failure, they pick the stones and they begin to shoot at the mangoes. Or even if they are boulders big enough, you can mount them to a staircase and harvest the mangoes that you want. So in 2022, you must be open to embrace every failure. Don't just get sad that you have failed. Ask yourself, how can this benefit me? What can I make out of this? Number 3, you have to be daring. You have to possess the attitude of a lion because the population of the world keeps increasing. It's normal to think if everyone wants to be successful, it's obvious that not everyone will be. So why do I think I need to be successful? Everyone, thousands of people are applying for this opportunity. Why do I think I'll be taken? But the lion attitude is you believing that if just one person is going to make it, that person is going to be you. That daring attitude is you waking up every day and doing something extra. You have to stop relying and believing or running your life on people's stereotypes. They tell you your kind cannot be accepted in that place. Who said that? Go and get driven before you draw that conclusion. They tell you no, they don't want people like you. Go out there, be daring and let them refuse you and you keep pushing because that's the attitude of successful people. Number 5, you have to stop giving excuses. There are 2 things. It's either you're going out there and getting results or you're making excuses. You can't make excuses and get results. Successful people are people who have gotten rid of their excusitis. No more excuses like you're still a student, that's why you can't do this or do that. Someday that excuse will no longer be valid. That school would finish. No more excuses of you're too old or you're too young. Age is in the mind. No more excuses. If you must be successful in 2022, you have to get rid of all the excuses that you're hiding behind so that you don't attain your full potential. What are the excuses you've been telling yourself this past year? Well, you know what to do about that. Number 6, you must develop the ability to learn anything that you need to learn. You must have a desire to keep pursuing knowledge, reading books, attending seminars, developing your skills, developing your mind, developing your soul on a daily basis. The truth is, with a rapid changing world, things are happening so fast that whatsoever you knew last year will probably become obsolete this year. And that's why to be successful and to stay ahead of the pack, you must keep learning and improving and getting the latest information in your field and any other field of interest. Number 7, a very important one, you must start persevering. It's easy to give up, and that's what most people do. But there are two kind of problems in life. There are the problems you can solve, and there are the problems you outlast. So the first ones are easy. People get to them and they get a solution. But the second type, people quit. Rather, this second type of problem, you can't solve them. You solve them by outlasting them. And many people have lost so much in life or failed because they made rash decisions on problems they couldn't solve, whereas all they needed to do was to stand still and outlast those problems. How many people get a divorce and regret later? How many people break a relationship for a habit and then the person gets himself together or herself after? How many people quit a business idea because it looks like it's struggling only to realize that it's making big progress after they've quit? Why? Because problems that you can't solve, you must be perseverant to outlast those problems. Therefore, successful people are people who hang in there long enough for the storm to be out, and they emerge triumphant as though they have conquered the storm, but what they have really done is simply to outlast the storm. Number 8, you must prioritize your growth in your personal relationship and fellowship with God and His Holy Spirit. You see, if there is no beyond, then there's nothing worth in doing all of these, in getting successful, in increasing, in fulfilling your potential, if all of it is just going to end here. And based on what we have seen from 2020 even up to now, 2022 promises to just continue in that direction of being a very challenging year. And those who are going to give up are those who will not have any spiritual backup. You need to keep in touch with God to renew your strength, to renew and resource yourself every time you feel like giving up, every time you feel so beaten by life. And this gives you a renewed strength, a renewed joy and mind to keep fighting to be successful. Those are my 8 attributes to be successful in 2022. And because you've watched till the end, I'm going to give you a bonus 9. And I'll ask you to drop number 10, whichever attribute of successful people in 2022 you think should be on this list. You drop it as number 10 in the comments below. And so number 9, you have to this time around watch the people you keep as company. If you must be successful in 2022, then you must surround yourself with the kind of people that are pursuing the kind of goals you desire. You can't surround yourself with people who are going nowhere and you expect to get somewhere. Many times we like to deceive ourselves by saying, well, these people are not really influencing us. But really, there is no such thing as a neutral relationship. Either they are adding to you or they are taking from you. Either they are drawing you closer to where you want to go or they are pulling you away. You may not realize it now, but overall, with time, you'll be surprised at how much bad company corrupts good manners. So that is the full list. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell if you're new to this channel. I look forward to seeing your 10th attribute in the comments below. And I want to say a big thank you to all our patrons for supporting this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Buddha's Jumesi and see you in the next video.